Hello, hello, full screeners. This is Kira checking in. So, as promised, part two. This is going to be the Grima worm tongues, as Raven called it last episode, of the streamers, the little guys, the guys that try every day to beat the odds. Let's see how they fared in 2024. Let's see how they did. Spoiler, probably not good.
Well, we talked about the ones with the wealthy patrons, I should say. We talked about the Medici tier streaming services, but we're gonna go now to the more sinister, like evil vizier kind of guys. What I call the Grima worm tongue tier.
Hit me.
I was on one when I wrote all of this down, but here it is. Lurking in the background, watching from the shadows only to taste power at the edge of their tongue without savoring it. They want your money and your memes on Twitter and TikTok for free marketing. They want to make a star out of a lower tier Nepo baby. Who knows what they have spoken into the darkness, alone in the bitter watches of the night, when all their life seems to shrink, the walls of their bower closing in about them, a hutch to trammel some wild thing in. And, so bright, so beautiful, yet so cold, like a pale morning in spring, still clinging to winter's chill. And then Miranda Adams says, your words are poison, and walks out, blah, blah, blah.
Snake!
Anyway, Emilia Perez, bitch, 13? Anyway, I'm moved on. I'm very sedate. Okay, so here we go.
Hold on though. The delivery of a hutch to trammel some wild thing in is just going on a Hall of Fame somewhere.
Shout out to Brad Dourif. Bitches want to talk about range. He's Grima worm tongue and he's Chucky. So it's called Peacock Lemon. It's where we take all our NBC programming and we put it on the internet for all these little freaks to see.
Is there microwave placement, product placement?
There's no GE anymore. GE's not the sugar daddy. It's Comcast now. Remember, they went to Cabletown. That was a whole arc.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Peacock. It's reached 36 million subscribers, which has shown a 29% year-over-year growth rate, which is really good for any digital product in general, especially a subscription-based one. And it's gotten 1.4% of the US TV screen time, most of which I'm going to say was the 2024 Olympics, because Americans just could not believe that France was like, we decapitated our royalty. That shit was dope. Anyway, welcome to the Olympics, baby. So that I think was a huge. Yeah, it was a huge part of it because NBC has had the deal with the Olympics, and so every 4 years with the Summer Olympics and every 2 years with the Winter Olympics, they get that. Every 4 years with the Winter Olympics.
Sweet chatter.
Yeah, they get that spike. They'll get the thirst memes because some hottie will be there in the opening ceremony from Tonga or whatever, and everyone will be like, damn, this athlete is well built. And I'm like, no shit, but
It's their
he's
job.
an athlete. Yeah, like anyway, but yeah,
The advertisers that they gain during this time, and they maintain, like, this is a very important time for them, and the fact that they like got this deal and maintained this deal year over year.
yeah, and I think if you like sports, maybe this is the place for you, because in terms of content highlights, I know Poker Face starring Natasha Lyonne has been greenlit for a second season, and the show Bel Air, which is a dark and gritty reboot. It's like a Christopher Nolan version of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
No way.
You did not know about this.
No, I did not.
Okay,
What the fuck
yeah.
has happened?
It's a dark and gritty reboot. It's like so like, you know how it's like my mom got scared and you said you're moving with your auntie and uncle. It's like, oh my god, what did you do? You have, set forth a motion of events that have upturned like the whole crime syndicates in Philadelphia. You must escape for your life to go to Bel Air. So it's sitting in its own filth. I suppose because I saw that Comcast was distributing Nosferatu, we'll get some people to come watch it, just like they got that big spike with Oppenheimer.
Oh, Universal content goes to Peacock, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where this is going to pick up. But overall, my grade is E. There's really no necessary reasons to go.
Taylor Sheridan didn't do it for you? I think all of Sheridan content is now. No, it's Paramount. The new content is still on.
Okay, so according to the new administration, I can't change genders. Otherwise, I would have been an old white man and then suddenly been able to enjoy Taylor Sheridan. But
I will say, so Taylor Sheridan, the Gaul, in one of his shows, was it? I don't know if it was Landman or I don't know. He has like 4 shows on, but
Landman.
Have you not heard of this? It's the new sensation. It's Demi or John Hamm, Billy Bob Thornton, and he's like a fixer for gas companies in Texas. Billy Bob Thornton. His story has never been Sheridan's forte, but the vibes of just causing havoc.
No. Is this Taylor Sheridan using Sling Blade to talk about wind energy? Because I'm done.
But it's getting a lot of buzz, and in one of his shows, anyway, Taylor Sheridan is playing strip poker, and his girlfriend is Bella Hadid. And she says, I quote, hold on, she says, one of the characters asks Bella, like, why are you dating him? And she says, have you seen him ride a horse? So Taylor's very humble.
Who says men don't write fan fiction, huh? Who says men don't write self-insert fan fiction? Let's talk about my best friend, my lover, my mentor, my father figure, my teacher, David Zaslav, and Max.
All hail.
It used to be a top tier, all right? I think it's fallen off like crazy, but and I think that the parent company is less generous than the other parent companies of...
Question, you're combining HBO and Max together, like it's HBO Max that you're grading, right?
Yeah,
now, right?
exactly,
okay.
Yeah, because I don't know of any way of just viewing HBO content online, other than the high seas, of course, but yeah. I think, it's at a little over 103 million users, so that's pretty decent in terms of numbers subscription-wise, but then, again, it is Max and Discovery Plus, so it was like Max and HBO Max as it was, and then Discovery Plus all coming together to be Max. So it's not that impressive at that point, but
is it lean out viewing? What's happening here?
I leaned the fuck in for the penguin, baby. I was ready to fall into the screen. By the way, if you missed it, this is what we were obviously referring to earlier when we talked about good-looking TV shows. It was not The Idol. It was Penguin. Oh my god. But I love the penguin. Please give me a mini series about Paul Dano's Joker, him doing not Paul Dano's Joker, I'm sorry, Paul Dano's Riddler. The other guys playing the Joker, Barry Keoghan. But yeah,
Yeah.
him doing like weird freak shit in Blackgate. I want to see that. I wrote here, Jared Leto continues to weep in the corner while Kevin Feige vomits blood. Well, um, Harley Quinn is also a great DC show. Its adult animation is, quite rarely done well.
Very good.
Max really flopped with Velma, but I think Velma was very much trying to be this show, Harley Quinn, and it's really well done. I know I've been only talking about DC, but yeah, this is another one of those
DC is
shows
like
that,
the bread and butter, so
and some for Warner Brothers, but of course, like with HBO, like I'm watching The Sopranos for the 5th time. Some girlies are watching like Sex and the City for the 8th time. Whatever. Yeah, there's a great back catalog of stuff.
And just like that, right? The reboot as well.
Yeah, no one's watching that, babe. No, you're better off watching like Deadwood and Rome and 6 Feet Under. Like those
the good days of HBO.
Like even fucking Big Love. I was like, damn, Bill Paxton.
But you're talking about like the classics though. What came out last year?
What came out last year? Well, let me tell you. A Knife to My Heart called Dune Prophecy. You people get taboo. You fly her all the way to like whatever Canada, wherever you're shooting it. And then you waste her time like this. I have my issues with these types of things. Again, this is an extrapolation of the original Dune. This is not Frank Herbert's Dune work. This is like based on work that was done after he passed by his son. So it's like the content of Dune Prophecy definitely does not match up to the themes of what we saw in Denis Villeneuve's movies. Now the look is great. It's shot well. It looks really good. Yeah, it's confusing.
Also, it's renewed for season 2 already, and I'm having a hard time it didn't. I think it got pretty low ratings, didn't generate buzz, and it failed at capturing the audience that really loved Dune. Is Dune Prophecy Max show or HBO show? Did we see the title card?
It's an HBO show.
Okay, so Casey Bloys was definitely there. Casey Bloys, the CEO of HBO. Mm-hmm. Historically pretty strong with his decision making, but
again, Dune is like a different beast, so I get that. You need people who are really familiar with the original books, the intent of the books, but yeah, again, there's gonna be Last of Us season 2. There's gonna be
this year.
Yeah, and I think the next season of Hacks is also scheduled for
this year. Okay, so, give me a grade. I'm eager.
I am trying to grade the whole thing overall. So I say if you're paying for the service and you're paying for new stuff, but you're also paying for a back catalog, because of that back catalog, I'm giving this a B. Because the new content is good. It's great. But being able to go in and watch like those Turner Classics movies on HD grade, that's pretty fucking nice.
Okay, but does it affect your grade that you're really excited to make a movie night and watch a classic movie from the 1940s, 1950s, Warner Brothers classic movie, and then you go to HBO Max and you turn it on and it turns out the content has been removed and you can't find it anywhere? So
F, jail for David Zaslav, like immediately. Yeah, so I think we'll move on to Paramount Plus, which again, because it graded relatively high on the list of, I would say, conglomerates in the consumer stream from Nielsen, and I think that's because it includes CBS. Which,
correct. It's a legacy media. Also, it's a Sheridan network now.
Right. So, like, imagine Taylor Sheridan, but they also love seeing people, like, fall down. That's the height of comedy. So it's like a combo of that. So again, Paramount Plus is set almost 72 million subscribers, but 63% of them use the ad-free plan. So there's a few of them that are still using ad-supported. I think that Paramount Plus is not particularly known for its own content. I was trying to connect Yellow Jackets back to Paramount Plus because they definitely feature it heavily on the promotional work. And it's because it's under Showtime, which is part of that
Correct.
whole
It's
Viacom
Showtime.
umbrella.
And you can see the quality difference. Like Showtime gave them.
Yeah. So I mean, this is also where you can see like a lot of MTV as well, because they're part of that Viacom umbrella. So all those classics of like The Hills and My Sweet 16 and teen pregnancies and all of that.
Okay, good old days of reality shows.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Selling Sunset. Fuck
honestly,
you.
Like I think
Love is Blind.
not My Sweet 16, but like those teen moms definitely drove down teen pregnancies because it's just like, oh yeah,
serving
they're
a purpose.
The worst.
Storytelling had a purpose back in my day, you know?
No, well, I think that the only Star Trek content that I really enjoyed was Lower Decks. Everything.
Oh yeah,
else
Star Trek is there. Mm-hmm.
Everything else was just. Alex Kurtzman, you will not see the light of heaven, but yeah, there's also a new show out there called Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is animated. I want to see this because I love when the turtles go back to their animated form. I really enjoyed the movie that came out with Ayo Edebiri as April O'Neil. That was really cute.
Oh, okay.
I had a lot of fun.
I will say Paramount is my least favorite UI. Like totally unresponsive.
Horrible UI.
Like, absolutely. Yeah. Like Peacock changed the game this year because of the Olympics, I guess last year. I think the discoverability of Peacock became really, really just sleek. They stepped up their game, definitely invested in their tech stack, performance, but it just I'm dreading watching the new season of Yellow Jackets, let's say.
But Paramount also has the NFL and the Indian Premier League.
Big.
So
huge.
Just the worst.
Wait, they got IPL. Wasn't that Disney?
No, they lost it. That's why they lost so many subscribers in India.
Dude, that's huge. For listeners who don't realize, cricket is a religion in South Asia. Losing IPL, Indian Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Losing that is a huge blow to Disney. Okay, Paramount.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a lot of people subscribing to Paramount Plus just for that, and then I would say overall grade is a D. It's better than Peacock because I think that the content is better. Yeah, the UI is really janky. I feel like if it had been a little bit better, I would have pulled it up to a C, but given that between that and like its lack of back catalog,
reminds me of watching Comedy Central videos, like Jon Stewart, Colbert Report videos on Viacom's website, Comedy Central website, like 2 years ago.
Yes, it does. It's really bad. It's probably the same one. So you're gonna get the IPL money. Use that.
Yeah.
So the last one, I think, not the least, definitely, is, again, it falls within the same kind of category as Max, where it has enough of a patronage, but not enough subscribers, slowly gaining it though, is Apple TV Plus. So, expected to bump up to 44.1 million viewers, which is going to be a 4.75% increase from 2024. So this is kind of in the lower ranks in terms of how much money it spends on its content. So hopefully we'll start to see more and more traction around this. And I think, again, because Apple TV Plus has just been a little behind on the marketing of like big marquee shows, but 60% of the subscribers are female on Apple TV Plus.
Oh.
Isn't that incredible? Okay. I've never seen something that skews that female. So this is kind of
the last time we saw this kind of breakdown was when we did the shorts, right? Like the Instagram Reels, the shorts. Instagram had this kind of.
Yeah, I know. But I think, again, with the new season of Severance, this is gonna be...
Oh, baby.
So people did not see Severance coming. Let me just put it that way. They didn't know what to expect, and they were not, ready. We might see a spike in the subscriber count because how much great buzz that Severance got.
You heard about the marketing at Grand Central.
What happened at Grand Central Station?
So the cast, Adam Scott, Britt Lauer, John Turturro, Patricia Arquette, they came to Grand Central Station in New York during commute hours, so in the morning, as promo for the show, and they set up a glass cube and they set up the severed floor, and they just, for a couple of hours, they just worked. Like, they just pretended they were working as, commuters passed by.
They were doing performance art at Grand Central Station.
Yeah, let it never be said again that Apple doesn't know marketing. It blew me away.
I hope that encouraged a lot more people to watch the show. I think that for the LA crowd, it's not their type of show, but trust me, Severance has a big fan base in my home city of San Francisco for obvious reasons.
I wonder why.
Somebody is scared of being roped in and saying, hey, my job is literally now going to be implementing this technology. But Severance is great. Silo is great. It is always the second answer to the question, why should I get Apple TV Plus after Severance? I mean, you can see the epic Killers of the Flower Moon. You can see the less epic Napoleon. In my notes, I wrote, fuck you, France. Why should you be safe from Ridley Scott? That's my take on that. I enjoyed Mythic Quest. I like Danny Pudi. I like Rob McEnelly. I think that's how you say his name.
McElhenney, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Mythic Quest new season just came out.
One of the most expensive flops of the year was a film called Fly Me to the Moon, which I have to say, a movie starring Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson was given a massive billboard in the city of Oakland. So maybe Apple doesn't know marketing because
fair.
And Bad Sisters, I've written in my notes Succession, but everyone is Kendall and a woman. So
this is the most accurate thing I've ever read in my life. I loved season 2. Not as good as season 1. I just finished season 2 that just came out. Not as good as season 1, but solid. And I love the girls, the crew, the chemistry, the little shenanigans they get in.
Yeah.
So good. I will say I'm amazed that they never really go into what kind of inheritance they have or what kind of jobs they have, because I'm just like, how are you living this way in like the seaside of like Dublin? It is just gorgeous houses that must be like
tax haven, tax evasion.
Could be. Irish living large. It was the house is a house porn. Amazing.
I mean, that's my plan, is to evade taxes by setting up a tax haven in Ireland and buying property there. It has nothing to do with the
If
fact
you
that
just go down south, you could be Shakira a little bit, in Spain.
I don't want to be Shakira in Spain. I want to be um I guess part of Cillian Murphy's harem in Ireland. Yeah, let's just
Fun fact is where the show is filmed, like the seaside of Dublin, like the suburbs of Dublin a little bit. Yeah, that's where our Cillian Murphy lives. So
what a coincidence. I didn't know that at all. That's not why I picked this place for my tax evasion purposes. Anyway,
how do I know this? Through completely legal means.
it's like Ireland's doing like 80% of the work.
I agree. The setting, like Big Little Lies and Monterey and Northern California, right?
Shout out to Monterey, the most problematic place in
your neck of the woods.
I think overall Apple TV doesn't have that same juice, though. It doesn't have those like big moments of people talking about stuff, but I may have struck gold with Severance. So
if they land this season and the marketing campaign that they started,
yeah, we could start seeing the conversation shift around to that, because my judgment is, am I seeing random children make memes of this on social media? So when a 15-year-old is making stan edits of John Turturro's character from Severance, I'm like, oh, okay. UI is crispy tasty, because I'm using crispy because I learned that from Trap. Crispy, that means
that's
good.
Their
yeah,
bread and butter. Yeah, the UI is
the UI is so good, and the player is great. Again, technical aspects, it's all good. So I'm gonna give this like a B plus. It hasn't pushed it to an A because we don't have enough of a back catalog yet.
Exactly. They don't own an MGM.
No, but they're getting there, and they're doing it all on their own. Yeah, they don't have that like other sugar daddy money.
Yeah, I agree. I think their content has been solid. They don't do a lot of marketing, which is the problem, but I think
yeah, it's all good but not great, or just like on the good side of just okay. Yeah.
Like, they did raise their prices, and I think they're putting in money on the platform and the content side of Apple now. So it used to be like $6.99 or $5.99. Now it's $9.99. So like closer to like the streaming prices.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of like
what is streaming prices though?
Yeah,
because now Netflix is like $25 or
I know, right? So
okay, B plus, not bad. Let's transition to final thoughts. What do we think? What do we expect from streamers this year? Any like big takeaways from all our grades, from all the little overview that we've done? What are we thinking?
I think that it should not be in my best interest to tell you that a strong VPN and Netflix usually gets you covered. So instead, I'll just say that if you are looking to minimize your recurring expenditure with removing streaming from your like monthly budget, I think that's totally fair. Maybe pick two. I would say keep Amazon Prime, because it obviously gives you your Prime, but it's also a place for you to make your ad hoc purchases of movies and TV shows. The general consensus in Hollywood is that they're trying to go back to more like mid-budget movies, because these huge budget things have not worked out for them. Having said that, I'm definitely making Kira watch Kraven the Hunter with me at some point, because
that's this year's Madam Web.
We're gonna do that shit. But at the same time, it's like I think we're gonna see more small budget stuff come out to theaters. I think that theaters will be more of a focus for movie studios, and streaming will take much more of a backseat. I think that the streaming content is going to be like nothing happening for a very long time, and then a few huge releases coming out. So
the conversation began with like cord cutters. We're cutting the cord for cable to go to streamers, which are light and nimble and agile, but now
it was just the one
behemoths.
It was
it is now so many services that have become so expensive. Mostly if you're paying for like ad-free tiers on multiple services, you're maintaining a bill that adds up to like your cable bill. So, and you're not getting all the content. Where do you watch the Oscars? Where do you watch the live events? Where do you watch sports? Talking of sports, Venu got blocked. It's RIP Venu. You never saw the light of day for even one day. Fubo TV filed an injunction against it, and it's not going to launch. So Venu was a sports-centered platform proposal by behemoths, Warner Brothers, Fox, and Disney, that had a website ready to go and everything, launch date announced in October of last year, and it just never happened. So I think my eyes are on sports. What do people do with sports? It's so scattered. ESPN with Disney, IPL with this service. I think people just want to watch live events in sports sometimes, and to figure out the service at the moment of when a game begins or a match begins you're just alienating so many customers.
The other recommendation is to do YouTube TV, which is not the YouTube Premium. It's like watching
YouTube, baby.
It's watching live TV through YouTube, which you can select to do so on the YouTube platform. So that is Google putting all of their technical resources into supporting streaming content on YouTube, which is it is done for like over a decade now, like almost 2 decades. YouTube started in 2006. So I think that would be your best bet if that's your concern. But otherwise, honestly, get back into reading, guys. Like, I think it's the year for books. Like,
analog entertainment? What is this?
I mean, you can get it on your Kindle, or you can, get an audiobook if you want to, if you really don't want to use like a paperback anymore. But I mean, with Book Talk being back on the table again because TikTok was unbanned. It's just like, well, you can also read non-Book Talk books as well, of course. That's totally
They told me to read dragon porn on Fourth Wing, and
we'll have a chat about that soon.
All right, so that's where we'll wrap up for today. What shall we say? What do we want to discuss next time? Nearing the end of award season, where the streamers are netting out. BT Dubs, the streamer award count at the Golden Globes. Chef's kiss. Absolute madness. All right, so that's it for today, full screeners. Bye.
Bye, everyone.